to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're actually going to learn how to add details to a fabric, which can also be applied to a kente. So stay tuned. So these are some of the materials that you'd actually need when you're actually coming to make details to your dress. So this is a type of sequin that you would actually need. So this is actually how it looks like. Okay, it looks like seashells. Yes, so there are always holes in these sequins that we add details to when you're making dresses and kente and stuff like that. Okay, so this is actually how it looks like. It comes in different formats, different sizes, different colors, as you can see here, different shapes depending on how you would want it. But remember, it always has a hole in it, just as the balls or the pearls that you actually use in making these details. These pearls and balls actually also have holes in them, as you can see. So basically those are that. There are also crystals. Okay, so the crystals, it comes in sizes. You actually have bicones too. The bicones also are very smaller, and it also comes in sizes. Okay, so basically these are some of the things you would actually need when making it. You realize that when you're working with it, you actually have to get the tiniest needle that you can ever find, so that all these things can pass through the hole. Okay, or else you're gonna start finding yourself wanting. So you have to make sure you get the smallest and the thinnest needle that you can ever find, so that you can actually work around it. There are also other types of pearls. These are also the class pearls that are super extra heavy, more than the first one that I chose previously. So these are also the type of crystals that actually exist. So the crystals also have holes in them. As I said earlier, the crystals do have holes in them, and it comes in different sizes. This is also the type of needle I use. There are other type of needles that are on the market, so which one that you can find in your locality or in your market, then you purchase that and work around with it. Okay, you have to make sure that you get the tiniest one, so that it can actually be able to pass through the hole. It doesn't pass through all the holes. Some of the holes are basically bigger, so it can actually pass through any of the holes. Okay, but some of them too, it is not that bigger, so it actually have problems when it is actually passing through these holes. Okay, yes, just like that crystals, I had so many difficulties before it actually passed through. So let's get started and just hook on to what you need. You would also need your fishing wire. We can go in your way with your finishing wire. Okay, so the fishing wire is very necessary. You have to get the tiniest little fishing wire, which is actually 0.3 or 0.35. If that is what you have, you can use it. If you have a bigger fishing wire too, you actually can use it, but next time you make sure you purchase a smaller fishing wire. So you pass through it, you pass your fishing wire through your needle that you're actually going to use, and that is how it goes. So you actually get the things that you'll be needing to make your details. That just gives it these touches. So you actually use colors that you feel okay about, colors that you think can actually complement your outfit that you actually going to work around. Okay, so that it makes your outfit looks great. It just gives a bit of touches and class to outfit that are being sewn. This is a new-ish. Okay, this is a new-ish in this century, and I think it is something that we really have to learn to appreciate. That is actually back details like these actually back in our system, because it just gives it a whole different touches and whole different outfit looks. Okay, so you pass it through your fabric, as you can see. Okay, yes, so you pass it through your fabric to a length that you think you can actually work around, but please don't cut it from your main fishing wire. No is a no for that. Okay, then you start to move on. Okay, based on the spaces that you'd actually want to have in between your details, that is how you're actually going to work around it. Okay, so you pick your seed bead, you pick your pearl, you pick your sequin, and then you pass it through your fabric or your dress that you're making, depending on where you want your details to actually be. So that is actually how you go about the whole situation. Okay, I hope these explanations I'm giving are super extra clear. If you have any other questions, you can leave a comment below. I'm gonna actually answer all the questions that I see. Yes, so thank you very much. So actually, this is how you go about it. You pick your sequin, and then you pass it through it, but you have to make sure that it doesn't show outside. That means that your mess should be in between your linings. When we get there, you'll actually see how it actually looks like. Okay, so be careful it doesn't actually pass through your lining. Don't be too rigid on it. Relax about it. Okay, so just do you while you're making this. These techniques can be applied basically anywhere with your fabrics. Okay, so it can be applied on normal Ankara fabrics, it can be applied on kente, depending on what you actually want it to be like. Okay, so please stay tuned, enjoy this video, and I hope you can learn something from it. Okay, so yes, you pick your pearl, you pick your sequin. Okay, you can see that there is no wire at the lining section. It has to be like that to give your work this professional neat touch. Okay, it shouldn't show outside. As a beginner, if you're trying and they are showing outside, don't be too bothered. You're gonna get it right, but please make sure you get it right, because you don't want to make your outfit or the work you're working on to become scattered. Okay, it just gives it a whole different vibe, which is not super extra cool vibe, but it just changes everything, you know. Just don't stick to that. Try to make sure that you give yourself the chance to improve. Okay, and as early as you can, please try so that your outfit or your finishing in such like that can actually come cool. Okay, so when you see me holding this fishing wire, okay, so the fishing wire at that end is super extra long. You can actually pass through it, so I'm gonna add crystals to it. That is what I'm actually doing here. But I want you to understand that if it was this the fishing wire on my left hand was that smaller, I would have actually used the one at my right hand to come through, to pass through it, to come to where the other end was, so that I would actually tie it. I don't like it when works actually becomes like the tying becomes so many in the outfit, so you try your best to make it small, or just a small number as possible. Okay, so the cutting and stuff like that, hold on. If you're officially done with your work and you think you really have to cut the cord out of it, that would be the best. So if you're actually going to work in this, please make sure you get more than 2 or more than 1 thread, so that you can actually do those stuffs with it. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like, okay, so I'm starting, I have to cut it and go and do another express work and stuff like that. No, please make sure you get more fishing wire, so that when you're doing this, you make sure that one fishing wire would actually be around 1 dress, so that when the need arises for you to actually move to another section, you don't necessarily have to go through the whole process of attaching it to it again, because it actually makes work extra unpleasant. Okay, it makes the inside of dresses very unpleasant. So you can see I'm actually going to pass the fishing wire through to the other end, so that I can actually tie it there and then clear up my messes. Okay, so I'm passing it through it to actually get to the other end. Okay, so these are the pink crystals that I'm actually using, and the yellow crystals to actually give it a bit of bright touches, since the golden and the rainbow color was a bit dull, or yeah, so I wanted to just give it a bit of touches so that it could actually pop up. Okay, just as the colors in the dress. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying this. Please stay tuned for more Mhyzz videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because amazing videos like this would actually be posted every week. I hope you will enjoy this. Love you. Zooming in. Okay, please take a critical look at it. Okay, so you pick your crystals and then you pass it through your fabric. Okay, see, I guess you're getting what I did. So you pass it through so that you can actually feel the holes, if you feel like there are a bit of holes in it, or if you feel you couldn't actually use all the colors you needed. Okay, you just do the same format as I'm doing, but please make sure it doesn't show outside of the dress, and I mean like the inside of the dress, so that the lining would look as neat as it is. There's no need for you to make it 2 threads. Okay, when you're working, just make it 1, because the fishing wire is extra stronger. It's not gonna get torn. Okay, so there's no need to make it 2 threads. Okay, it just makes the work a little crampy. It makes it, to me, I just don't like the outcome of it. It makes the thread extra harder, so the thread actually controls what it's supposed to look like. But you're supposed to make sure the thing is more flexible to follow the pattern you actually follow. We are done with it. We are done with it. We are done with it. So with here, you actually make sure you tie the threads together more than 4 times, okay, so that you will be actually more safer when we actually melting the thread. Yes. So you get your lighter. The lighter is a must for every person who is adding details, or any person in beading and stuff like that. So you melt it, okay, so that it actually doesn't become doesn't start poking people and stuff like that. Okay, when the person wear the dress, it would be able to blend with the skin and not be poking the skin. It would be very, very irritating when you're expected to wear a dress and then it's just having this uncomfortable feelings. Okay, so we are true. Thank you so much for tuning in.